In the top left of Whispers of Gold, it is Vitality's Maru. In the bottom right, we do have Basilisks. Serral. I need to get used to watch Legacy of the Void now again. Having that one day of Wings of Liberty really rewired my brain so much. It's insane. It's like all of these old builds that I used to play all the time just popped back into my head yesterday. And they didn't go away today. They're still there, lurking. I was like, wait, why do I have 12 workers again at the beginning? Why is there, why is there only 3 lava spawning from that inject and all those kind of things? Why does the Raven not just throw down a point defense drone? And this one it was 4 workers. Well, that was never true in StarCraft 2, right? I'm pretty sure they started already in the beta with 6 workers. But yeah, of course, good old Brood War. I wish they had the guts when they released Legacy of the Void and when they were supporting. I wish they had the guts to actually say, alright, we F this up, we will go back to 6 worker starts. You know? I just wish someone had the balls to say, like, alright, let's do it. Because this clearly did not what it was intended to do. And there's no sense in actually keeping this, because it does take away a lot from the game, from the early game strategies and the decisions. Six workers, more variation. 6 workers does encourage a lot more decision making. And that's all RTS is about, right? It's about decisions, which you want to make, which you have to make to get your win. Now Reaper coming in here is gonna try and snipe the drone. Almost getting that one. Good try. But nice save by Serral. Still keeps that back there, does not want to send it in. And the Queen is gonna pop. Maru trying to get that other drone, but has to evacuate here. Now 3cc. Hey, look at this variety. 3cc Hellion Banshee opening from the Terran in TVZ. I've never seen this strategy before. It's not been the most played strategy in the last 5 years. Whoa. Okay, jokes aside, yeah. Completely stock and standard. It's very rare to see anything else in these days. I'm kind of waiting for that next step where the Terran just goes and skips 4 of those 6 Hellions and builds a 4th CC really quickly. It's just like F it. You know, I'm just waiting for that kind of step in the meta. But I doubt we'll ever see it. Our link speed is done. Queens are starting to push out the creep. By the way, did you yesterday? You did watch, right? Yesterday? Yesterday we had that in the Wings of Liberty tournament. Queens. Queens are actually not great in defending ground pushes. I think they still have the same damage though, but it felt like they did way less. Maybe they have a little bit less range? I'm not sure. Maybe it was because they have only 1 attack. I need to actually check the Queen state, because they were dealing so little damage, it felt like. It was kind of crazy. Now, I think it was the range. I think they didn't have that shoot, that missile, that dart. Like, they only used to have the dart into the air, the acid spines, and then they used to always hit. That's something you can still see in Wings of Liberty. If you host a game, the Queen will physically use its arms, these long things, and they have like, they're designed visually to have that. Oh, something did die here. An overload. They're designed to have that long range, so it looks like they have like a range to them, right? And they actually do have like, I think 3 range or maybe 4 range, but they should. should be looking like a melee attack, basically. I think it might have been actually melee upgrades. Not sure that it factored in. But yeah, there used to be so much variety, man. I can't stop talking about Wings of Liberty now. This is terrible. Probably needed to take a day break here. Liberator coming in. It's gonna siege up. And it's gonna have some fun with those drones. Oh, one is gonna get killed. The second one is gonna get saved. Liberator wants to re-siege. Hellions now running in. Queens in position, though. Hellions splitting up kind of weirdly here. Is he trying to intercept these queens? Well, now he's going for drones, but that's a little bit kind of late. He already had that chance, kind of. I don't know, man. That was a little bit weird, definitely. Liberator trying to come in here again. Did kill a couple more drones. We have that Viking still lurking around. Did not find an Overlord. Now, if the Viking would have gone with the Liberator into that position in the bottom right, there was an Overlord waiting. That could have been a kill. I think a little bit of a wasted opportunity here by Maru. But in the end, not that big of a deal. And oh, no. The Spore is gonna finish the Liberator. That was a little bit of a mistake there. Now, Link counterattack here across the map. We do see the SCV is actually getting evacuated. And he wants to pull them into that fight. He did wall up the bottom side of the space, so he's kind of safe there. And throwing down the armory. Now, he did lose all of the Hellions, so there's not gonna be Hellbirds in that follow push. But wait, is this a war? No, that's not a war. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. But of course this enables him to get his 2-2 on time. Is a good timed armory in general. Now he's only... Wait, are we only sitting on 3 barracks so far? There we go, barracks number 4 and 5 did finish up in that natural base. And Maru is gonna start his push, but it feels like he just wants to play possibly that 8-Rex. No, he's actually throwing down a second factory. My bad. But he should think about another command center soon here. Factory going up early is an interesting approach here. Usually you see the 4th command center first, then the extra factory and the extra barracks. Now a few Banes running in, killing 10 SCVs. That's some nice damage here for Serral. But Serral is gonna lose possibly a queen here. No, transfuses are gonna be strong enough. That Viking still chilling around here. Polt is sitting inside that one. Oh yes, those Banelings, they really wanted to detonate on those rocks. And then we see the extra barracks come up. But yeah, command center of course was first. So this is kind of the macro setup here from the Terran player. It's gonna go into those 8 barracks, it's gonna go into double factory, it's gonna go into that 4th base. He's actually going into drilling, claw, widow mine production here. So this is gonna be a reactor factory. And then he just wants to overpower Serral, but that's always a difficult task. I mean, the other guy is Maru, so who am I to say that he can't do it? He definitely can. Serral going into his hive now. He's gonna start that one up. We do see the first push commands here, but not enough tanks actually with this. No widow mines. Maru kind of in a weird position there with his marines. He has a few there from the side come in. What are those doing? This kind of rock formation screwed up his army movement, it feels like. And yeah, losing a lot of marines there for basically just a few banelings. Now 4th base is gonna get set up here in a moment. And I wonder why he did not play tank. Tank mine would have been fine as well. Double tank, triple tank production on this map, because it is a very good maps for tanks, actually. So, not sure. There's a lot of cool tank positions. Guess the mine likes the speed of the mine probably, and the potential for that big hit a little bit more. It's finding this base by flying over it. And we do see a widow mine drop commands into the 3rd base here. Oh, that's a nice hit. Does have a few very decent hits there. More on the army though, but definitely worthwhile. No. Nice try. And this army has no widow mine support. It's probably gonna... Oh, actually, it picked off here. I mean, wouldn't have mattered if those guys would have made it into the medevac. I guess, like this, he even gets a baneling out of the train. It's probably even better for him that it exploded like that. Now Serral trying to drag those mines. Very good splits here. Insanely good splits. Looking super strong. But he needs to have some more units. He needs some reinforcements. He has a flank set up, but he can't really engage from the front anymore because he's lacking the units right now. He's making a lot extra links. He's making his first Vipers. He's leaving that Marauder alive for only a second longer, and now he's gonna charge in. He does have enough Link Bane. Needs to be careful though. Widowmine shots can be huge. The creep has been pushed back, but I think Maru just cannot really overpower this area here yet. And yeah, Serral needs to respread some creep there because he is taking the space. Needs to get some more vision out here. Now we see the Marauders coming in. Trying to soak up those Banes. Widowmine is gonna get dragged. A lot of friendly fire here. You know, what if instead of Widow Mines we would have just Spider Mines being added to the Hellions as an upgrade? Wouldn't that have been insanely cool? I don't know. Maybe not. Oh, that could have been a great hit. It's decent. He burrows one more mine. Oh, this is actually a fantastic hit. 20 kills. That Widow Mine is a commander, of course, now. And we see that dash upgrade. One ability which I really enjoy, actually, in this state of the game here. Let's see. Definitely have seen that put to great usage already. Lurker coming in. Serral is looking solid as a stone. Maru only expanding to his 5th base at this point. Serral really outgrowing him quite a bit there. And the trades have not been that great yet for Maru. I mean, he's of course not doing badly, but he's not doing enough for just sticking on 4 bases for so long. If we look at the actual trades, it's almost even. Serral has almost an even trading here. It's just slightly more inefficient than Maru, and that's not what you want to see if you play this style by the Terran. You want to see insane efficiency, because the Zerg's playing basically Ling Bane, one of the most inefficient styles in the game. Now this has got to be Ling Bane Hydra to even up that efficiency, and I think that might be the nail in the coffin here. Maru's army is gonna get broken in the bottom left. Some nice splits off creep there, actually does delete most of those Banes. Maybe he can still make a stand, but I feel like with those Hydras, there was a good Widowmine shot in there, so now the favor does swing a little bit here. And Serral needs some reinforcements. He's running out of units, even though he has the supply. If you look at the supply, this does not look like Maru is actually pushing the issue right now. And yeah, units are starting to get low. Medivac energy is depleted. Medivacs have to pick up, and the reinforcements did indeed arrive and completely swing the battle here in favor of Serral. And now, Maru, what do you have at home? What do you have at home? 1 ghost. Is this gonna be enough? I mean, ghosts are strong, don't get me wrong, but is this gonna be enough? Cloak on the way here for that ghost. To have this base kind of floating left and right. The space is not set up. And yeah, Serral, man, he has even links barreled everywhere. He has this base already mining. He's probably gonna grow and take this area here very soon. He's spreading the creep already there. Whenever his creep reaches, he kind of starts to put down a hatchery. Kind of his style of playing. Whenever he has the creep in a new area of resource, then he just goes ahead and grabs the hatchery. Now he's gonna engage off creep here, a little bit of a wasteful attack, but he's about to hit his lurkers. So he wants to have some free supply. He wants to get some lurkers out. He's gonna remake 50 links, I guess. My bad. Now finally Maru setting up a few more bases. Need to scan this guy as well. We do have links here in the top trying to probe that base. And yes, Serral can just kind of roll it, honestly. Defenses are not set up yet. He's gonna lift the CC. He's gonna kill the SCVs, kill the SCVs, kill the SCVs, kill the SCVs. No, he's gonna go for the command center. It's also a good snipe, but it's gonna take a little while. And meanwhile, we do have Vitality's Maru actually pushing down a base from Serral at the same time. This in the north was killed. This in the south was killed. Serral should reach out to the top here very soon. There we go. See? That's what I say. The creep is here. Oh, there's a drone. Maru is starting to get into those mass ghost compositions. But he actually doesn't have that much money. And I feel like this site is so weak. I mean, there's a planetary here. But this kind of area feels so open for Maru. Like, Serral can just move in there and do whatever he wants. Now, those two guys are very brave. And they actually do survive. I can't believe it. I mean, they're on stim, so it makes sense that they are very, very brave. But this guy's still alive, by the way, here. He made it all the way back. Medivac is gonna get sacrificed. Widow Mines, can they hold strong? This guy, can he survive the game? He's still alive. He's shooting with his friends. He's pushing back everyone. We'll keep him selected to see what his story is gonna be till the end of the game. The knight is in the main, did get defended. Only a few links to slip out. In the end, everything scanned and killed off. Marines, the guys with guns, are doing good so far. But as I say, the efficiency, I mean, it's rising a little bit. But it's still not where it wants to be here for Maru. At least he got up to 5 bases. But he needed really that 6th base to keep this efficiency at that level and be that... what do you say? And have like a winning position in the game. Oh, Serral is going into those infestors. He's adding more and more spell casting. And it's gonna be good spell casting. He likes those infestor traps and stuff like that. Now that Marine, can he survive the next battle? Can he survive? He's running with his friends. Oh, he got hit by a baneling. He's gonna get eaten by zerglings. Ah, he got eaten by zerglings. Okay, so in the end, Serral does overcome this base. And I love the retreat here with that hydraulic dash. Really, really nice. 2 SCVs are trying to kill a +3 zergling. And they can't get the job done. And he's just morphing this into a planetary. He doesn't care. The Link's gonna sit there and look at the planetary from underground. It's gonna be fun for them. Now Hydra Dash gonna use here to move in and clear those ghosts and the Medivacs, and Serral is gonna take the first map as was intended by God's design. No, as was kind of foreshadowed by the early mid-game. Yo, thank you so much for the follow, TechRock. I hope I'm trying to convince Dan to do another Wings of Liberty edition. And next time I'm gonna kind of reach out to more of the Korean pros. I feel like in 1 month could have been maybe like late February, mid-February. Mid-February should be the best in my opinion. Because we're gonna see eventually now this in the next 10 days we'll have confirmation is gonna be StarCraft happening or not. And after that we just host our next Wings of Liberty tournament. Show the world that we should use the Wings of Liberty and not Legacy of the Void in that tournament. Now, of course, jokes aside, but I would really love to see some more pro gamers actually check out Wings of Liberty and play that. We did have Dark, and of course Dark was head and shoulders above everybody else. But it was a really cool tournament. It was kind of nice to see everybody again starting to figure out things, you know? Because everything was kind of weird. Everything was different. And yeah, everything, like nothing really did make sense. So that was kind of cool to see. Now, here we go into the second map of this best of 3. In the bottom left, we do have Maru. In the top right, we do have Serral. Serral did look very, very solid in that last game, but in the kind of later stages of that game, he was struggling to close out the game for quite a while. You could really see that Maru's resilience is actually a little bit ahead of Serral's offensive capabilities. But he already had such a big lead from that early mid-game that it was really tough to throw away at the end there. I mean, if the game kind of goes on for another 10 minutes, then Maru is probably going to win it because Serral is eventually going to run out of money first. And Maru still has something to mine. So resilience can be a superpower in these kind of situations. Now, standard openings here for both players, of course. I'm expecting nothing less but a command center, a factory, second depot, third command center, second gas from the Terran, and from Serral, well, that good old third hatchery. But maybe I'll be surprised. It's actually gonna be a supply depot before the factory. Maybe I'm wrong on my build order there a little bit, but that's up to Maru to decide. He's definitely the better man to make those decisions in comparison between the two of us. And yeah, Reaper's gonna go across the map here. He's gonna see what he can find, and it's of course gonna be nothing because Serral is gonna be standard playing, and it's just this is the honesty scout, right? This is the like I have the Reaper here. And I have to make this, because if I don't make this, you will go roach pushes against me, and then I'll just fall to those roach attacks, because I don't have anything, roach ravager timings, or baneling busts. So this is like the anti-baneling bust guy, and the anti-ravager guy. He is there to make sure there's gonna be no ravagers, there's gonna be no super all-in onto bases here from the Zerg player. But man, that kind of 4 lava situation was quite insane for the Zerg in Wings of Liberty. That was really, really powerful. But there's a lot of cool like things in Wings of Liberty, in my opinion. Like, I mean, when I say cool, I mean there's a lot of broken things. And I feel that's a good state for an RTS, to be honest. You have a lot of broken things. It does tend to favor the one who is actually more innovative and has cool tactics. And that is very healthy for a strategy game, in my opinion. Oh, the escape into the assimilator, he's still gonna die. Ah, very late kill though. But yeah, those 4 links, man, paying their weight in gold. Killing 5 SCVs, that's quite the number. But the third CC is already up, so it doesn't matter that much. Only 5 SCVs at the 4-minute mark. A Liberator coming here as the follow-up. Of course, like, the Hellion Banshee was kind of the meta, but no one was doing roach pushes again, and eventually Queens were good enough anyways to bring them with the drop overlord and stuff, so people didn't even defend with the Banshees, so eventually they moved away from making Banshees and just kind of gambled a little bit. There's not going to be a big roach push anyway, so we can make only Hellions, and we can go into some different air units, which is the Viking hunting for overlords and the Liberator coming in for harassment. This overlord is still hanging around. Can Maru find it? I think it's gonna see the Liberator. Yeah, there we go. Now Viking should come over. He sees it. There we go. He moves the Viking. But yeah, Serral of course did also see that Liberator is already has a Spore in position, has a Queen in position. He has everything he needs at once. It does see and confirm Stim. So that's a good scout on that Overlord, even though it died. Oh, Liberator coming in. Gonna siege up, but as the Liberator does rotate, the Spore does too. A bunch of Hellions. He actually has quite a bit of Hellions here. I wonder what if he's gonna play a Hellbat push with this one. I'm kind of daring him to play a halberd push. Now this is interesting. This is interesting. Why does he make another reactor with this one? Hellions. Liberator. No, Viking actually. Oh my god, but he didn't get a kill. Still only has that Overlord kill. Now, can he get out? Can a flying plane be faster than a walking grandmother? Apparently, yes. Baneling Nest on the way here. Look at that. 6-minute Baneling Nest on 4 bases. What a macro machine. Now behind us we do have barracks down here. Why not one up here? What is the deal with this reactor, Maru? Why does he only have... And he's making more. How many? 5 racks with a lot of reactors and 1... And he makes a tank. Making an armory. He still has those guys here. So he's doing it. He makes a second factory on that reactor. Okay. There we go. Now the intentions have been revealed. It's gonna be Widow Mines again. It was one of those amazing units have been added here in Heart of the Swarm into this mix. I think it was Heart of the Swarm, right? Halberd and Widow Mine? Or was Widow Mine? No, Liberator was the legacy unit, right? What else was the legacy of the world unit? The Cyclone, of course. There we go. I think it would have been fine enough to only add 1 unit per add-on. I think they overdid it. But yeah. Let's just see what's gonna happen here. Can Maru find some queens? Actually picking off the one with the energy, and that was a good snipe. Can he get some Banes? Can he get some Banes? He really wants some Banes. But he's not gonna get some. Not gonna get any. Now, these guys should transmorph just to heal up. We have that big factor. Oh my god, now he got some Banes. But the other way around. There we go. And he did more of those guys. Great stuff. Now we do have a hatchery in the top left. Hatchery number 5. And a macro hatchery here. Number 6. The station pit. By the way, in Wings of Liberty you were not able to stack these injects. So if you had like even queens with 100 energy or whatever, you could only put on 1 inject. If you would be tardy with those, well then you would just lose all of that bonus lava. Oh, excuse me, I had a sneeze come there. Now, Maru is trying to clear some creep, but Serral is gonna be here to defend it. And you know why I touched on that issue with the inject and queuing injects and thing? So look at this. I mean, he has extra Koreans, right? That's very normal for Zerg. But if you have those queuable injects, you can just walk a lot around with your queens, and that makes them way more powerful defensively. It's not just something because like the argument why they brought in the queuing of injects was, I still remember this. the idea was, oh my god, did you see those? The idea was that he sees something. He sees something's up. He sees something's up. He has a lot of things in position here. Widow Mine even. Oh, that could be a great hit here. And can he snipe that? And that's actually a funny situation here. Now on the other side, tanks. 1 tank, 1 planetary. Not gonna be enough to hold against 50 banelings. He's not even gonna use those banes. Should have targeted that planetary on the banes actually. Oh, can he get a good... No, of course not. That's the one he was looking for. That's the 14 banes killer. Now, the argument for the injects being queuable was the professional players usually do not lose injects anyways. They don't actually run out of injects because they're very on point, and it doesn't really do a difference to them, because I mean, it's just, you know, hit another inject. It's just a macro mechanic that you can, like, it does do a lot to lower tier players because they would mess up the macro mechanic. But now look at the pro gamers and what they do with their queens. They actually rotate a bunch with their queens. They don't care about those injects anymore because they can queue them up whenever they want. Now they do rotate so much with those queens, they use them for defense, and the only kind of defense you need in the early game is queens. And it's a super strong defense. Now what this kind of take away from? Yeah, well, from normal units, right? You don't really need to produce a lot of units as Zerg in the early game. Most of the times. If you want to defend harassment, it's mainly queen based. Oh man, that tank really hated that Widow Mine. I think that was intentional actually. Let's say this was Serral being godlike and having that link there, hoping for that friendly fire to actually kill off the mine. Now coming in here, a couple of landing clouds, a good position there from Serral. Is gonna eat another few big Widow Mines. Lift this CC, please don't lose it, no! Maru of course being busy here on the right side as well, microing an army there as well. Trying to kill this base, is not gonna find that damage though, unfortunately. Ah, man, how can you not lift an orbital against banelings? That was very wasteful. That ghost scared the Overlord really far away. Is he gonna snipe it? I guess not. Now we do have some action here on the right side. He actually does not kill the Overlord, that's so funny. Widow Mine does not connect good enough here. And yeah. There's a link still, by the way. Of course, because it's Serral. Now that Widow Mine does not look good. The top engagement here, already losing a bunch of his units. At the same time, Medevac trying to drop again here to finish off this base, but it's just followed by so many units, there's no way to come in and deal some damage here. Can you get a nice Widowmine interaction? No way, Jose is not gonna find that one. No, this base needs to be defended. But there's a lot of ramps. This map is kind of difficult to play as a Zerg player. There's a lot of like ramps and chokes we have to go through, and well, Terran has always been good in these situations, right? Because they shoot. Now can he deplete those Vipers? Does not get the MP on the Vipers, does not get the snipes on the Vipers. He needs to just run with the ghosts, does cloak the right side. He wins the right fight and the left fight, so in the end Maru does hold this position. But that's not all Serral has. He still has a few units. Oh my, running here in the middle of the map, actually kind of going into that natural. Oh, that was the perfect race of the depot. Great reaction there by Maru. Love to see stuff like this. And keeping that tank alive, and that actually saves that area. Now this medevac was in a little bit of a difficult position to drop out all of his marines and to survive to this mistake. Yeah, Maru is looking okay. I think he has been trading way better this game. If we take a look at the resource, I mean they were looking at 10k to 11 or 12k. Now it's 20k to 13k. Okay, this is going a little bit south here for Maru, but he has been trading way better this game so far. And if he keeps this up, he should be able to win if he does not get overwhelmed at any point. Now, can he get a nice Widow connection? No, he does not have any more mines in this area. There's a few more coming in, but man, those Bane snipes. That one burrowed Baneling. He generates it. That's a lot of vision, actually. I think that should be nerfed. I don't think I've ever looked at a Baneling just being burrowed somewhere and have its vision. It's a lot of vision. This is a lot of vision. This is kind of crazy. It's more than a changeling's vision, it feels like. Now, bottom right is gonna get poked here. And will get cancelled. Now, can Maru save this army? He does not want to lose this in a bad engagement here. Especially the ghosts need to evacuate here. And as long as he gets on that high ground, he's going to be safe here. Reinforcements are gonna, of course, help out. This base also is quite low, and then I think the one on the top left, it's very healthy yet. But there can always come a push that can just snipe that one. Now I think Serral is thinking about a Nidus into the main, maybe. There we go, setting that up just now, as we see on the mini-map. Meanwhile, we do have this major engagement here on the bottom right side of the map, and this hatchery is gonna fall here in just a little bit. Marauders coming in for the snipe, but Serral wants to do that last second save there, and he will do it, actually. The hatchery survives with 40 HP here. Still growing. Now, sniping the Overseers to cloak the ghosts and just kill that push was kind of cool to see there. Really, really beautiful move there by Maru. Quick thinking on his feet. Love to see stuff like this. And Serral is just taking the bottom right while they are contesting this area. It's kind of crazy to see. Now Maru just set up a few liberators. One is going to go to the left and run into a queen and spore. One is going to go into the right and run into a queen. Now can those guys do something, or is this going to be all Serral? Now can he kill those queens? Kills the first, he kills the second. Now this is a good move here for Maru. But in the meantime, we do have lurkers shooting at this base. That's not a good move. Now that one liberator comes back. He's like, alright, there's a spore, now I can just siege up here. And Maru's gonna bring a tank. He really wants this base gone. It's still not healed up. And Serral's just gonna evacuate this one. Should evacuate the drones as well. Now he's gonna go for the engage, but I don't think that's a good choice after you lose the base. I mean, he's hoping for a good trade still. But so far the trades have been way better in favor of Maru. Look at this, 36k to 27k. He's been looking quite stellar. He has way more momentum in this later stage here of this mid-game, or early late game, if you want to call it that. And than he had in the earlier game. And this map is a little bit bigger, which seems to favor Maru's style a bit more. No! At least the medevacs do make it out. We do have that liberator chasing lurkers. That's such a funny sight. He's gonna get the first one. There we go. 3 get evacuated. 1 is gonna stay, well, get sniped. Oh, Widow Mine? No. Oh, actually, he pulled them back too early. That's funny. This is not a hatchery. Now he's trying to attack this area here, and he's coming in and he's gonna get rid of some depots and a few structures, but the orbital is lifted and everything's still safe here for Maru. He rotates with his whole army a lot, by the way. And he needs to find out about this bottom right base again. So trying to retake both of these. Most of the contention, like most of the tense fighting has been here in this bottom area. So trying to come in, trying to overwhelm again, but can Maru make this mostly inefficient? That's all we're asking here. That's all you want to do. And can he push it back and then... Yeah, what? Maru's gonna GG? There you go. Does it make sense? I guess this was a best of 5. I still have more maps, yes. It is a best of 5, of course. And Serral is gonna take the map number 2. GG. What the fuck? Why? I don't know. That was very weird, yeah. I think he just ran out of room to grow. Or that's what he felt like. But that was a weird moment there. Especially after that first game where he kind of fought tooth and nail till the last Marine. In this one he had like so much more money to mine, but of course the game didn't go that well into his favor, but it felt like he had a strong position still. I don't know. If he just kills the base in the bottom right again, I think he's in a good spot. And there was one up in the top left for the taking. If he rotates a few Marines to the top left as well, I don't know, man. There's so many possibilities still in the game. Maybe I missed something, not sure. In this Next game here, Abyssal Reef. In the bottom right, it's Maru. In the top left, we have Serral. And the Overlord is coming. Now Maru is gonna wall the front. I think it's just the opponent, you know. Because he's playing against Serral, he's like, man, I can't beat this guy offline. Now that's an interesting one. Who first? Maybe he's expecting an all-in from Maru, like a double proxy Reaper or something, you know, triple Reaper. Something weird. The bunker rush, something like that. Maru is just going for his triple command, of course, with the Hellions and everything. Yeah, I'm kind of in shock too. It's a very good point. I guess we just have to roll with it. As Maru does. He's gonna wall up with the factory, I think, right? I think, right? He's trying to snipe that Overlord, but he doesn't even find it. Now, this Marine will get the peak on the Overlord, but I think Serral can move away. Did not make that Reaper, so there's no actual pressure across on Serral's side of the map. There's one Marine here staring at the Overlord, the other one is chasing it with a gun. Meanwhile, we do have two links approaching into that main base. Maru will not get this Overlord, and the two links will get in. And we'll see the reactor, we'll see the factory, and one is gonna run out again. The other one is gonna sacrifice his noble life here and try to nibble away at the SCVs working in the geyser. Now he's gonna walk away a little bit further and he wants to see, hey, what is actually happening over in Maru's town here. I want to see what is going on here. Oh no, there's people with guns. Is this a safe spot? I think not. And then he has to bite the dust. Of course, it's the... Oh, it's actually... Wow! It's different! Of course, we did see that gas, and Serral did as well, so this is different. This is not the 3cc, it's a 111 for now, on 2 base. So what are you gonna do, Maru? It's a different build. Is this actually for your advantage, to advantage? I feel like this map should have been a good map for his style as well. To be honest, Abyssal Reef, you can kind of turtle on what? 7 base is really good? I don't know, man. This feels like a good map for his trading style, to be honest, because he is out trading. It's not like he's trading worse than the Zerg player, so if he just does not lose to the momentum, then he can just win the game, right? If you constantly trade better and have in the same amount of money than your opponent, you will eventually outlast your opponent. But I don't know, he's apparently not gonna go for that one. Maybe it's just a little bit different, wants some extra pressure with those Banshees coming in first. Gonna go into the 3rd command center later though. Now, as I said, I feel like this map does favor the style that Maru likes to play, but honestly, I don't like him playing this so Widowmine heavy. Even though I might sound a little bit dumb, because Serral is so good with his spellcaster control and Vipers, but I like tanks. On this map specifically, I really like tanks. The last map I think as well. I like tanks. They're great on these maps. Very choky, a lot of high ground, low ground, a lot of good tank positions. Even Whispers of Gold feels like a decent map for tanks. So yeah, I'm not sure. But just like take that kind of turtle style back a little bit, where it was like 5 years ago when TY kind of came across with this, and it's like, yeah, this is actually the thing to do, guys. Where you do a lot of structures on the map, and then you have a bunch of tanks, and you just have Vikings and Ghosts to try and clear these Vipers. And the main point is basically tanks and command centers protecting everything and turrets. Now it's more about having a mobile bioforce run around in circles and have those ghosts try to be the efficiency monsters. Because I mean, lurkers are also pretty strong in these situations, but I still like those kind of tank setups with the obstruction from the buildings. Now, can these Hellions find some damage? Banshee's trying to go in. Although I'm always a fan if the Terran decides to go for that speed upgrade over the cloak. Not because it's unique, but because I think if you, like most Zergs, if you get scouted, which 99% of the time does happen, and the Zerg does identify, hey, there's Banshees on the way, they will have a spore. They want to have spores anyways. They want to have a spore later against dropships. They want to have a spore against potential liberators. So they will invest into those spores eventually. It's not like everyone is like a laser and likes to play this Polish gambit, the sporeless style. So they will have detection, is my point. And speed Banshees do enable you just to do a little bit more micro. They kind of make you focus on control. So you can swing in faster and go out quicker, swifter. Be swift with that micro and maybe pick off a few extra drones here and there. I really like that kind of approach, but it's very rare to see that actually happen. Now 1-1 about to finish up here. Maru is gonna push the creep a little bit and he's gonna fly back. Third base is set up, tank is in production. We do have a few tanks out as well, and we do have the armory in production here. This time too late to start the 2-2 here, so a little bit of a mistake might be a crucial one. We'll have to wait and see how our timings do pan out in this game. Overseer coming in here is gonna identify the setup from Maru. He sees these 4 barracks. This looks kind of beautiful, by the way. This base looks really beautiful. Beautiful setup. He sees the 2-2 start, so he has the exact timing on that one. That's pretty cool actually for a Zerg player here. And he's gonna try and kill these Marines, but they'll get picked up. A Banshee coming in again here. Double Banshee did get repaired. Oh, sniping a few more drones. I mean, look at this, right? The cloak, what does it do? It does literally do nothing. They get like 1 less hit while going out if they are cloaked, because the vision range from that, what's it called? The detection range from the spore, right? But in the end, if you have speed, it does this. It does do the same. It does kind of even maybe like lets you escape situations like this one right now, which we just witnessed there, where both Banshees just died. Now he snipes a gas. Might have been the first building he destroyed other than a hatchery in this series. I'm not sure. I guess he probably sniped a few more gases. Coming in here with the Marines again. Can Maru make it happen? Only a few roaches so far. Halberds coming in with the tank and support. There's actually a lot more coming behind. There's a lot more tanks. Now Maru is trying to distract with this drop here. And meanwhile wants to kill this base. The tank's kind of far away. They have way out of range. Now this might have been the idea to keep them safe from those biles, but already coming in there. Clearing the tank with the biles. Now this time he is playing actually more tank heavy, it seems. Still producing tanks. He does have 3 with this push. But as I say, I kind of want to see them closer to this ledge, because they're not shooting, they're not contributing right now. They're not doing anything. They're not gaining you any tempo, nor are they helping out in your composition if they are just that far away. And whenever things come in, they will start and shoot, but they have to come in quite deep. Now he's trying to focus on those Ravagers with the tanks. That's a good approach. And he does kill the base. He's gonna pull back. Please make more tanks. It's a good unit. Undervalued. Command center number 4 on the way here. But Serral had a base to evacuate too, so what? Oh no, Maru's splitting up his army. I smell danger. Now he does see this lurkers. This should actually make him turn around. And honestly, I don't like him split his army, because if you just rotate the whole lot to the right side to this area with the tanks, I think you can frontally push this area. Now he can't really engage here. He's gonna drop everything but 2 marauders, but he doesn't even know where to. He's flying to his own base. Now bringing back everything together, he's gonna set up behind... Maru, I don't know, man. Some tactically questionable moves recently here from Maru in this game. Meanwhile, he is macroing like a beast at home. He's going into his 3-3. He's setting up a 5th base before the 4th one is even set up. Now the first tank's gonna get grabbed. No ghost yet, no Viking here. And yeah, +1 weapons on tanks actually very, very late coming in here. Should have probably started that with the armory finishing up. And lurkers. Lurker harassment. A lot of lurker harassment. And he loses a bunch of SCVs. He brings back the whole army for 3 lurkers. He loses even a ghost. He lost a bunch of mining time. And look at this. This is kind of where the lurkers hit. Serral behind this takes another base here, has retaken this area. He's all about those tempo advantages. It's so difficult to get a tempo advantage against Serral. Crazy. Now he will lose those lurkers to the top. That's a great flank here by Maru. A little bit of a miss-split there by Serral, but he identifies this and is like, alright, I'll just trade the lurkers for what I can and I'll pull back my main army to not lose anything stupidly here. And that's a great decision. And Maru trying to find a way around here to the top. He'll most likely hit this hatchery. And meanwhile, he's still making more command centers. Did he lose that one? I don't think so. Maybe it didn't build until now. Making another factory. He's trying to snipe the space, but already Serral in position here to defend. Second army coming to the left. Overlord, I think he did get a glimpse of this. And Maru was expecting the space to be up, but Serral actually didn't push out that far yet, so there's a little bit of the beyond the reach. Something that he also does quite well. He doesn't really overextend his reach that much with like new bases. It's usually on the edge of creep. When the creep reaches, he will take that base, but not really before. It's a very safe approach. Now lurkers being dropped here into the bottom. This time the fences are in place. Should be okay. He does have a lot of ghosts. Should be able to deal with this. We do have that drop in the main. That could be devastating actually. There's nothing currently in the main defending. Now these medivacs do get grabbed. Only queens. But late game queens not going to do it anymore here against that 3-3 bio. He could... Oh, wait. What? No bailing speed? I guess he was only playing roaches, right? Roach Hydra. Now he's making bailing speed. That unfortunately did not get interrupted. Or denied. Unfortunately for Maru, I guess. I have to say. And Maru is just making command centers now. He's getting another tech lab. Love to see it on those factories. Gonna produce more and more tanks here. He did lose that harassment force. He has one marauder. Should shoot that bailing as well. This is such a weird thing that happens, but if the Terran, the good Terran, will identify once a Zerg has kind of seen their setup, they'll try to redo it to make it different again. So there's no easy way to break the setup. And yeah, this area has no structure in front of it, so the tanks are not doing that good. There's no support for them. Command center is gonna fall here. And yeah, this one has to turn around, has to become this area again. Now, can he kill this army? I think he should be able to, but at the same time we do have a push here in the north. Another command set. This is gonna burn down here in just a little bit. We do have a few lurkers coming in as well. I'm gonna hit all of these SCVs. 2 bases are lifted here. Maru effectively only mining on 1 base currently. No, actually none. He's like not mining currently. This is his mining right now. This is no mining. This is no mining. This is not mining at all. This is not mining. So yeah, man, Serral kind of forcing Maru into a non-mining operation here. Look at the peak of income in comparison. Quite insane. Now the trades have been looking very, very good here for Serral. Indeed, he's playing an efficient style, but you need to be careful of course, with this one. Now he has transitioned into the more normal-ish style. Willing Bane support, excuse me. Of course, to those Hydra and Lurker is going completely out of roaches now. No more Ravagers, no more roaches. And it's funny to see Maru struggle so much to set up, or even this base. It's kind of insane. It almost feels like Serral should have enough here to snowball this place. Oh, is he gonna snipe that CC? No, he can't. It was a nice idea with that dive, but didn't make it happen. Again, there's nothing here. There's no, like, buildings. Like, even having, as weird as it sounds, even having just barracks there, something to stand there and guard there in front of tanks is a powerful obstruction that the Zerg just cannot engage into. Even if it's not a command center. It doesn't have to be a command center. It can be a freaking engineering bay. It can be a Ghost Academy. Like, take whatever you want, what has enough health. I guess Ghost Academies have a lot of health. 125. So take those. Maybe engineering base would be cheapest. Starport's even more health. Now, this might be the killing bowl here. Bowl, yeah. The killing bowl, because he's bowling in with those bailings. Maru is scanning this, he's seeing that he has no chance of defending this one, trying to throw that EMP, and things have been happening as well here with lags and everything. Meanwhile, oh, if he can cancel that +3, oh my god, a rally into death! Ah! And he will cancel the +3. I want to see the +3 more than anything else, and then we'll find now the big attack into the main attack here and everything falling apart here for Maru, and his chances of winning this game. Looking at the efficiency, we're about even at this point here. Lurk is even still running away. Double Knight is even now. Now it still looks like Serral just cannot lose a game. It's quite insane. Now, sniping a few of those units, but he'll lose this base again. And that's gonna be another big blow. He still has this command center here. He has another command center. He can lift that technically, but he's running out of command centers at this point. And he has like, I mean, he has no presence across the map. He doesn't even know about this base. He has this scene not even finished up. It's almost, it's starting to mine out the first patches. Serral is taking this base. Serral has taken this base and is already mining here. He hasn't even seen this being fully re-established. I mean, this is his last hurrah. Maru is gonna make a stand across the map. He doesn't even have a possible max supply at this point. He's just so far behind, and Serral just seems like he can never lose a best of series against Maru offline tournaments. Now, Maru is gonna kill one base. And he just want to push for the heart at this point. He just needs to reinforce with whatever he can. Serral, of course, identifying that, is going to just send a few links, which is going to be fine because they have pretty decent upgraded Drama +2 and +3 carapace. And Maru is going to kill another base, but he's starting to run thin on bio, and he needs to reinforce with a lot of fire units. That's so funny, the Marauder! He's trapped by 20 changelings. It's a fake army. You know, these ghosts. That's where you need those Marines. There's nothing to keep those Banes at bay. Nothing to shoot them fast enough. And the ghosts are trying to generate a victory here for Maru. But in the end, Serral just grabbed the 3-0 in this best of 5. Well, sometimes you have to take what you can get.